What's going on, Hits fam? It's your girl, Kimmy B, hanging out in our fabulous Hits 97.3 Penthouse Studio with a very special guest today. We've got Miss Isabela Merced with us. Welcome.
Thank you. What's over there? Is that like a place to land airplanes?
It is. It's our helipad.
Really?
Girl, you didn't fly in on your helicopter today?
Nah.
Next time. I'm just kidding. It's definitely not a helipad.
Okay,
It's our very old air conditioning out there that like we were hoping you couldn't see, but we're gonna have to get some of those blackout shades for next time. But yeah, no.
Like I can't be here right now.
although it could be a helipad though, right?
It's big out there.
It is. We should have a little outdoor space.
Yeah,
right?
you could like cover that up, make it into a stage,
like a rooftop lounge with a stage.
Lounge with a stage and like a bar with Pisco.
Well, listen, when we do that with Pisco, you will be the first performer. Sound like a plan?
Really?
Can we do like a night one though? We'll get a little fire pit or something, and we'll just like turn up. Yeah, no. Hey. All right. So first of all, you just flew in from the West Coast because you're a very busy cookie. So let's talk a little bit about what you have going on, because I feel like the last 2 or 3 years have been crazy for you.
Yeah, no, I've been traveling a lot, promoting my music. That's not even out yet. It's just I'm just playing it around for random strangers in the street.
That's how you do it, though.
That's how we met.
Yeah, yes, it is.
I like showed up in your house and
and just played the song, and I loved it. And then I invited her to work with me.
Yes, exactly.
And all of that.
No, it's just I'd always been into music before acting. Well, actually, no. The two kind of came hand in hand because I just like performing.
Okay.
And my first big thing was a Broadway musical. So.
Shut up. Which one?
Evita.
No.
With Ricky.
Who'd you play?
So on the West End, they had a kids chorus singing.
Hey, the West End, like, are you talking about London West?
Yeah. And then
okay, you're just wait, skirt. You don't just get to drop that. Who does that, Isabella? Like, yeah, on the West End when I was 5 and performing.
No,
and
I wasn't
like,
at the West End. I'm just like.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about in the West End version of the musical before it came to Broadway. It was a kids choir. But then they were like, now we don't have the budget. So they turned it into just one kid singing the song. So
I love it. And then that was the role that you got.
Yeah.
That's one of the first musicals that I went to see. I saw it in like Summer Stock Theater, yes. But the cast that I saw perform it was absolutely amazing, and I know every word. And then I was like a figure skater. And
sing Evita?
Which one? No, girl. There's a reason why. There's a reason.
Right now?
There's a reason why I talk on the radio and you sing on it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Like, me singing. If you will have never run out of a room as quickly as if I tried to open up my mouth right now and sing "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina." Like if I.
Did you remember seeing that episode in Glee that they did where they
yes.
did, what was it? What song did they do?
Wait a minute, which one? Hold on. Because I'm thinking of the ones she did all the like she did like every Andrew Lloyd.
Yeah, I think they did all the Evita.
Yeah,
they did.
Well, who's the other one? The former Pussycat doll, Nicole Scherzinger.
Oh.
Have you ever seen her? You have to. On YouTube, they have her. She did something with the BBC. You know, the BBC does great like live musical performances, and she sings "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina."
Oh,
I had no idea that girl. Like, she can sing. We know that. She can blow.
She
can sing. Yes, she can with an A. She killed it.
I would like to see it.
Well, you can. When you leave here, I'm sure you have a million different gadgets you can pull it up on. Yeah. But it'll be there. So you started Broadway, Evita. It's a nice little bar to have.
Well, I didn't like win any contests or anything, so it took a lot to get there. And it's just like I feel as though it's all kind of been quite natural, you know?
Yeah.
I haven't really like signed any weird contracts. I never got into any trouble with anybody. I never won a contest. It never was a drastic change. So like I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that it's like taken a long time and I've worked to get up to where I am, you know, because otherwise I don't know what would have happened. Either maybe it would have gone to my head. Maybe, you know, I would have gone a little crazy. Who knows?
So it's been like a gradual progression where you kind of got to like get comfortable at every different level and then you just keep growing.
Yeah, pretty much.
As opposed to like that overnight, like Lil Nas X stardom.
I don't know how he does it. I would be so overwhelmed if I were him. Like even now, like going from where I am now where my first single hasn't come out, I don't like it sounds really bad, but like I don't want to blow up overnight. Like I want to be successful. Like I want my people to like my music, but I'm terrified of just like
all of a sudden, like,
that's really scary to me.
Something tells me you have the head on your shoulders to handle it. But yeah, I can see that where your life literally changes overnight, and with social media, it's a lot, right?
I would love to just not have to like give a shit when I'm walking outside and like walking my dog and picking up his shit. Like, I don't want people taking pictures of that. I don't want people taking pictures of me in general, you know?
But you've been in this for a minute. Like, so you started really, like, you did the Broadway thing, and that's intense, because that's live performance in front of a live audience. That's immediate feedback. That's, like, if you
It's really contagious. It's, like, really, really, you get addicted to it.
You think that that's where you're, like, now, where you have that kind of inkling to perform music and to sing in front of a crowd like that?
Yeah, but it's also like in acting, you are always being told what to do and by a director, and then the director being told what to do by the studio, and the studio's being told what to do by themselves. Like, I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Who's above the studio? We're going to do a little digging.
It's never a guaranteed creative process. It's never guaranteed, like,
what you think is going to match up with what you end up having to execute.
Exactly. At the end of the day, it's like, it just depends on whether or not they think the script is a Bible or like a creative guide, you know? It's a very interesting process. And so I, as an artist who like wanted more initially, have a craving for more. Like, I want to write stuff. I want to direct stuff. I want to, I even like, I want to direct my music videos and like come up with the concepts, which I kind of like, came up with the concept for the music video for my single. Okay. It was a very collaborative process, but only because, you know, Republic's really nice and they let me be in charge of my vision. Like, it's almost a little scary, though, being so in charge of something that's, like, kind of a big deal, you know?
I was going to say, because, well, at the end of the day, if it doesn't pop, you don't get to point the finger at anybody really
but yourself. Exactly.
But that's, like, I think that's got to be an empowering feeling, though, because at the end of the day, it's really... It's what you wanted. You know what I'm saying? Did you write the song?
Yeah. I mean, I wrote it with Justin Tranter and Kennedy. And
it's a pretty big name in music.
Justin Tranter. Well, you'd be surprised. A lot of people who like aren't in the music industry, like they remember him from his band, but they don't know that he's been writing
a phenomenal writer.
Huge hits for ages now.
He writes a lot with Julia Michaels, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Right?
He does.
Actually, he was one of the writers on the new Selena Gomez song that just came out.
Oh, I haven't heard it yet.
Girl, it dropped at midnight.
Oh, it did?
T. But anyway, we're going to talk about you. Yes, I'm sure you'll listen to it. But Justin Tranter, this song has got to be amazing. Your song. He's
a great writer. And what the thing is, we actually met by accident. It was like, it wasn't really planned. It was kind of like, oh, I want to write a song for the Instant Family soundtrack that I did, for the movie I did called Instant Family. And they're like, yeah, we'll set you up with this writer. And I met him at this like random studio. We wrote this song called I'll Stay. And we really liked each other. Like, we had a great time. And like 6 months later, I was lost for direction because I had been writing all my songs for my album, but I didn't feel like I had a general direction. So then he stepped in. He was like, oh, I would like to executive produce, like, and help you make like decisions because I really believe in you. So that's the thing about him is like, if he believes in you, he believes in you. He automatically becomes like your mama, basically. So that's kind of like, it's a weird coincidence.
It's almost like having Meryl Streep as your mama. Like, I mean, as an actress, like, I mean, he's a really great talented songwriter.
And he's really decisive, and I'm indecisive. So, like, whenever we're in the studio and I'm like, do you like this? Do you like this line that I just pitched? And I'll be like, nah, I don't really like it. Never mind. He's like, no, we like it. Keep it. And so it's just very important to have somebody like that who like really believes in you when you don't necessarily 100% always believe in yourself.
I feel like if I was an artist, I'd probably be like you. Like, I hate if people ask me, what's your favorite song? I'm like, I can't pick a favorite song. Like, it depends on my mood. It depends on the day of the week. Like, I love so many different types of music. Or what's your go-to fashion? I don't have. You know what I'm saying? It's difficult. And I would think in the same way, like, if you're listening to a song and you have 4 ideas, it's got to be really difficult because on Monday you might think this line is hitting, and then on Tuesday something happened and you feel a different way, and now but I like the one that I had before. So
I see. I'm a Cancer, so all these internal battles happen within seconds, right? And then also with no one else knowing. So I could be like, yeah, let's go have these plans and let's follow through on Friday, and then Thursday night at midnight or 2 a.m. in the morning when I'm like sitting up like thinking about things, I'm like, shit, I can't do it.
No, let's not do this.
It's not gonna happen. And I'll like regret it, and I'll be like, I would feel really bad for canceling, and then it's not until like 2 hours before the Friday night event, I'm like, I can't do it. You know?
The saddest thing is you are so not alone, girl. There are probably people watching right now going, yes, Isabela, I feel you so much.
All of Friday morning spent regretting the fact that I like want to cancel, and then I make it worse for myself.
I was about, do you end up canceling though, or do you usually go?
I usually come up with like an excuse.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
If your besties are watching now, you know what time it really is.
No, they know that, like, I'm one of those people that if I want to hang out, like, I'll reach out to you, but I'm so busy all the time. Like, I feel bad making people, like, reach out to me and having to say I'm busy, you know? I usually just have their location on, and they have my location on so they can see if I'm in the area.
Got you. And then kind of like, hey, you want to link up real quick?
Yeah, exactly.
I see her down the street.
Yeah, exactly.
Although, I don't know, are your friends, like, stalking you?
No.
Like, just, girl, I'm in your location right now.
No,
like,
I only have, like maybe 3 really close friends, so they have the permission to stalk me.
Got you.
Yeah.
Has it been hard for you? Like, and I mean that in and I don't know, I can't say a nice way, but like coming up and being a child, you know, like being a young person on television and everything else, do you hold your friends to a higher standard as far as like loyalty goes? Is it more difficult for you, do you think, being in the industry to find true friendship? Because it's important.
Yeah.
You need to have people that you can bounce things off of and that you can confide in.
Well,
like,
yeah, I mean, somebody asked me this last night. Well, it was a similarly posed question, but it was basically I answered, you know, it sounds really bad, but you kind of have to put people through tests. Mm-hmm. Basically, like, if they talk bad about somebody that you thought they were friends with, it's done. You're not going to hang out with them because they're going to do the same thing to you. Yeah. You know, and it's like little things like that. Or if they are quick to, like, forgive somebody who did them wrong, that's also, like, a bad sign to me. I don't know. It's, like, really, like, indirect things that I can tell define their character that kind of just give me a sign. Because you can't straight up ask somebody, are you a good person? Are you loyal? Are you this? You know, and you can't always let somebody in right away easily. As a woman, I've had to trust my instincts so many more times than... Like, I've had somebody do the nicest things for me and my family and just be the sweetest person, and inside, like, my gut feeling, I just didn't trust them, and I just cut it off. And it was so hard for me to do because I had no logical reason. But
it's just your intuition.
But you feel it. You feel it, for sure. Yeah.
Good for you, though. How old are you?
I'm 18.
18. To already have that kind of trust in your intuition is very, very, very big. And I'm sure that plays well into your creative process because you do have to be true to yourself. We had somebody here last week and she was talking about, you know, especially for women, we have to put thought into what we do and who we want to be. And we almost sometimes have to think long term. What do I want my brand to be? What do I want to stand for? What do I want to say about who I am? And that's a hard thing to think about at 16, 17, 18. You know what I mean? Where do you want to be when you're 25? How do you want people to look at you? Or when you decide to transition into music?
It's a very business-esque type of thing, you know? Because I'm making career decisions right now that people won't see the effects of until 6 months to a year from now.
Exactly.
And how am I supposed to read the marketplace in 6 months to a year from now? So I'm just doing whatever feels right, you know? And then it's also like, at the end of the day, it's what do I want? You know, at the end of the day, you know, you can't keep asking yourself, what do they want? What do they want? Because then you're going to lose yourself in that process. So you always have to check in with yourself at the end of the day. As somebody who's, like, always worried about others before myself, I always have to be like, okay, scratch that. You have 4 options, but what do you want, you know, at the end of the day?
What do you want?
I just want to have a great, like, family, you know, when I'm older. Just want to have a great, like, I just want to be there for my kids, you know.
Got you.
Yeah.
Something tells me kids are not coming anytime soon.
No,
Isabela.
No. But that's the goal. That's like the, you know.
You're trying to set it up.
Yeah, exactly.
So that you're good.
Exactly,
like when you do decide to get to that point, everything kind of.
Yeah, I mean, we could go deep into this, but but it's like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's, you know, you want peace, love, and happiness.
And they are hard won,
yes,
right? Or hard fought, and whatever the case may be. They don't always come easy.
Yeah,
is what I'm
see
saying.
them all in the houses, the signs that say "Peace, love, happiness" grows here, and you're like, does it grow here?
Does it really though? And if it does, what kind of fertilizer are you using? because I want to know. So talk to me about this song. When does it come out? How are we going to be able to get it? Album, all of it. Give me details.
So this song is called Papi, and it's quite a misleading title, I gotta say. Only because when people see the word Papi, they're like, oh, it's a very sexual song. Then she's talking about her Papi, like as her zaddy, you know? And then
yes, she did just hit me with the zaddy.
Was zaddy. No, you would be surprised how many people ask me. They're like, so who's your Papi that you're singing about? I'm like, actually, I wrote this song about a guy that I was working with. I'm not gonna name any names, although my friends have been trying to find out.
Trying to figure it out
a while now.
They're doing the digging.
Yeah, they're doing the stalking.
Yes. Well, your location is on, girl.
No, I'm far away from him. He basically was, I don't know, like he was just obsessed with the idea and the fact that I was Latina, and in his head it was like, all Latinas are spicy, they got big butts, they got attitude, they got, you know, all the stereotypes. And like it was a very fetishized thing. He would learn these really offensive phrases in Spanish, and he would like say them to me while we were at work, and I'd be like, you can't say that. What are you doing? Who is your mother? Where is your mother? And then he'd be like,
who was teaching him these?
I think he just looked at, I think he just Googled them because it wasn't great translation. Oh no, actually, I think he asked one of his friends. I think I remember him.
She said it was not a great translation. Like,
yeah, and then he'd be like, oh, I would call his name, and then he'd say, no, don't call me that. Call me Papi, girl. And he'd be joking, but it's not really a joke. It's not funny. And I just thought it was so cringy and so irritating, like down to my core, that when I was telling Justin this story, we were like, holy shit, we need to write a song about this. Yeah, it needs to happen. And so this song is basically like, I'm never going to call you Papi is the main line.
Ooh, so. I like that. You think he'll know when he hears it?
I don't think he's that self-aware.
If I could drop this, I would, but I'd probably ruin my mic, and I don't have the money for that, so I'm not going to.
It's a great mic.
But yes, honey, she said, I don't think he's that self-aware.
Like most people who are problematic.
Yes, that's a very, very good point. So I like it. So Papi comes out when? I can't wait to hear this record.
Thank you so much. It comes out in like 3 days.
That's dope. So where is it? So we're...
What?
What's the actual release date? Oh my goodness, Friday. So what is Friday?
Midnight, probably midnight Thursday, right? Midnight Thursday.
I can't do math anymore. So October 25th, Friday, October 25th, Papi comes out.
Yeah, and then the music video will come out shortly after, and that was a trip. Okay, so we did a 15-hour workday all the way through. We shot like what kind of in the music video it looks like a movie because there's like chronological sequences of events, and it's just.
Is this whole situation playing out like in the video?
Kind of in an artistic way.
Okay.
In a way where there's a lot of dancing. We had an amazing choreographer. Her name is Galen Hooks.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard of her, but she's insane. Like she's this beautiful hidden gem that's like okay, imagine your favorite like hole in the wall cafe, and like you like literally don't want everyone to find out, but you also want them to do well and never close down. Like she's literally so amazing.
This is your inner battle that you're going
through? This is my inner battle. No, obviously I want her to do well, but like also I always want to like work with her for the rest of my career because she just like is such a creative. You'll see in the video. You'll see in the video. And then I had a designer work with me. She's Peruvian, and the song, the video in general is kind of like. It's kind of a mix of like the traditional cultures of Peruvian wear, and then also mixed with modern like urban trends and stuff. So
sounds dope.
So her name is Ani Alvarez Calderon, and she is like very, very, very like proud of her Peruvian heritage and culture, and like I admire that so much because I aspire to be the same way. And basically like I can't even describe it honestly, man. You just have to see it. It's just. To me, it was like everything I wanted it to be and more.
And you you directed it?
This guy named Leandro directed it, but like.
Did you come up with the treatment? Like you had the vision for it, though, right? That's what we were talking about. So it's really, and he was able to bring it to life for you.
He was literally no one understood what I was saying, no one, not one director. And then he came in and he was like, "I got you and more," and like he's amazing.
And he delivered.
Yeah, he delivered. He knew exactly what I was saying. So it's just like I got really lucky with people who really understand because when it's in your head.
You know, it's like you see the whole thing.
Yeah, and it's
like
really
giant.
frustrating
Like,
when no one
can you just slip
understands.
in here real quick? Like, can you just like, can you plug in?
Exactly.
Like, do you have an iPhone charger? Just
Yeah.
right here. Can we
a
download
little USB?
it? Yeah. Can we download this into your brain and then we can be on the same
And
page?
I can't draw or color or like do anything fancy. In
You're
that
like
sense.
my spirit animal. if I was an artist, we would be this like I feel you 100%.
You can be an artist.
Yeah, once again, this is my art. Talking is my art. I've come to terms with it. I feel like I'm okay at it.
No, you
and this is
are.
my lane, and I like to live vicariously through the more diversely talented individuals out there, like
We should
yourself.
get coffee sometime.
Anytime you're in Miami, and first of all, I didn't realize that you're Latino.
Oh.
Like you are like you are. Do you speak fluent Spanish and everything?
Well,
and
that's thanks to my mom because I grew up here. I was born here, and like without my mom really
here, not Miami.
Not Miami.
Okay.
I was in Cleveland. So
okay.
I was born in Cleveland. My mom immigrated here from.
You're not a LeBron
Peru.
fan, are you?
I am a LeBron fan.
Of course you are.
I am. I'm loyal.
Isabela.
Even though he's part of the Lakers now, I'm still
Now
loyal.
coffee has been canceled.
Wait,
I'm
how
just-
do you
I'm
know LeBron? Wait, what is the beef with LeBron?
No, I'm joking with you. Well, just the whole thing. And he came here and then he
I
left,
thought you
and then
like
everybody left.
knew
and
him.
Actually. Anyway, so we're gonna keep this conversation going. I love everything he's doing now for the community in Cleveland. I think he's
promise schools and stuff,
he's
yeah.
doing fantastic, just beyond basketball. It's a basketball thing.
It's
truly my thing with him is a basketball thing, which is a different conversation.
I don't remember if he left abruptly from Miami. I know he left from Cleveland after getting us, a championship.
Yeah. And he did the same thing here. I mean, he made the best move for himself.
Exactly.
He went to LA and he
Which
said,
is why I have no bad blood there for like
Got you.
his career move. I was like, he completed his promise, no pun intended, with the promise
With the
schools.
promise schools.
And he's got to move on. Like I feel like if I was a basketball player, I would, want people to feel the same way.
But how could you leave Miami? Like,
I-
have you been here? Like,
I haven't been here long enough, honestly. I have like maybe 2 friends here.
you have to come back.
I know, I do.
Come back for Basel. Come back for whatever.
I will. I will, because like this is a huge market for like Hispanic speaking or Spanish speaking Hispanic Americans.
Yeah.
And I just feel very at home here.
I think you'd have fun making music here too.
Yeah. No,
think
I actually spent a month here at the Hit Factory.
Oh.
Making.
Hey,
it was after Lil Wayne had come there and built a skateboard ramp.
Yes,
Yeah.
honey. I know exactly where it is.
Yeah,
So
it's
then
a
you
good
probably made
time.
some good music.
I worked with a lot of.
Did you see
good
that
people.
face? Wait, make that face again. What's
It was
it?
a good time.
I bet it was. No. So yeah, come back, make more music. Papi's gonna be amazing. But I think that it's so dope to see where Hispanic, Latin artists and entertainers are really coming into their own right now, and being able to also embrace that. Because for a very long time it was, can you pass as something else?
It wasn't even like the question. Like people were straight up telling me that I couldn't. People were straight up telling me like, you're better off just singing in English, or you're better off just singing in Spanish. You're better off just doing this or that. And I'm like, that's funny. And then all of a sudden, after being told that I couldn't do it and me like kind of hesitating, all of a sudden there's this big uprising, big splurge of bilingual Spanglish music. And I'm like, what did I say? What did I say? And no one believed in me because I'm just a, little girl. But I'm gonna prove them wrong. Like the people who even like, I don't know, there's people who straight up told me that I couldn't are just gonna,
Let me tell you something. There's clearly nothing little about you.
Well, I am 5'1".
And whatever you are saying, I'm talking about your personality.
Oh.
Like, I'm talking about the personality. Whoever thought you were a little girl is sadly mistaken. And whatever you are saying, I'm believing. So,
Thank you.
I mean, I definitely, shame on all of you. We're just going to say shame on the doubters and the haters. But you need that sometimes.
They were a lot older,
through.
so they're probably retired now, honestly. So
I'm done. I'm absolutely done with you at this moment. So, Papi comes out on the 25th. We're going to get an amazing music video from that. You were mentioning there's movies coming too, yes?
Mm-hmm. There's a Let It Snow. It's Let It Snow. Excuse me.
Yeah.
It's coming out on November 8th on Netflix, and it's like my very first rom-com.
I love it. First of all, I've been in love with what Netflix has been doing lately in that space. Like, I'm the first one. I get the little update. Like, by the way, movies you should watch on Netflix. And I'm sure yours will come up.
Are great. I love watching them. They're like guilty pleasures. But this one is this one's like a great book written by 3 amazing writers, and it's really heartfelt. Like, my publicist loved the movie, and publicists are hard to crack.
Really?
Okay, publicists are hard, man. They're
like nice
the
job,
ones I've encountered. Yeah, no, they're just in general. They're just like not a lot moves them.
Yeah.
And then she just was crying, so I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, there's some deep moments in the movie that.
So
are
let
just,
it snow.
Let it snow, and then I'm going in November 11th. November 11th, I'm gonna go film a movie in Pittsburgh with Jason Momoa. Jason.
Once again, you're not allowed to just drop things like that and act like you didn't say anything. You're talking about freaking Aquaman, for God's sakes, and Khal Drogo.
He's playing my Papi.
Well, he's amazing, and please tell him he can come back to Miami with you anytime. But
I will definitely tell him. He's so cute. He texted me, and he was like, Ohana. Aloha. He was like, just want to let you know that I'm really happy that you're going to be a part of this. And he started saying, like, mahalo something. And I was like, oh, my God, you're so cute and like Hawaiian. And
that he is. Yes, he's for sure.
I just have never had somebody text me aloha and, like, ohana and mahalo.
And actually be legit in it. It's like the non-Spanish person texting you, like, hola.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Be like,
yeah, it feels
this
weird.
This is very authentic.
But from him, it felt so tender and sweet. I can't wait to meet him. And he's probably hurt my neck to look up.
Yeah, he's humongous. Like, and then Lisa Bonet, maybe.
Lisa Bonet. Like, Zoe Kravitz is my crush. She is my crush. She's
so maybe
amazing.
He can make that happen. Have you met her before?
I haven't. I think I've seen her at events and stuff, but I haven't actually like met her.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like her stepdad.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
literally
saying. So
stepdad.
she should definitely. He should bring his daughter to work day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just to say hello. And then you guys can be like, you can be his on-set daughter. And she can be there. And she can give you, she's definitely done her thing. But I'm excited for you. I'm so glad that you came by.
Thank you so much.
So we have Let It Snow coming out. Obviously, Papi, the single. Yeah. And then when do we have an album date? I mean, because you've been working on this, yes?
Well, we don't have an album date yet. And actually, I think I'm going to do an EP instead.
Perfect.
Just recently decided this. Because I just want to make my first album, more of a story, more of like something.
I love that you said that.
I just feel like I haven't lived the moments that I'm gonna write about yet, so I'm just waiting. Just gonna be patient, work it out, and see what happens.
But you're creative, so you got to put it somewhere.
I got to put it somewhere. Yeah. I got to put it out in this world. I got to let my fans find me. You know, let them like feel my music and then find me. And
I love it. Well, how can they find you? Like on Instagram and all that good stuff.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Isabela Merced with 1 L because we different out here. We're special. But it's gonna be great. I just changed my last name recently too. So
was there a reason?
Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to change it, and it was like in honor of my grandma who passed away. My middle name is her name, and then her middle name is Merced.
So that's where we got Merced from.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm with it.
Thank you.
But cheers to you. Well, cheers.
I like that.
Right? That'll be your new thing. You'll be like, no, you have to get this together. We cheers with them. I never. I have some work to do. So by the next time you get here, when we go for coffee, we can do that with our café con leche or something.
I could teach you a little Spanish.
I know. That's another conversation. So you'll have to come back for sure. Because you clearly have got a lot going on. We're focused on the music right now. Again, Papi out Friday the 25th. The video, I know you said that'll be out a couple days after that.
I'm not exactly sure when after that. It'll be probably a few days or 2 weeks after that.
Okay. But we'll have it sometime in the near future. Video too.
I'll definitely post about it and let people know.
And Let It Snow comes out on Netflix when?
It comes out November 8th.
Okay.
Yes.
That's perfect. And then we start shooting with Jason Momoa in Pittsburgh.
On November 11th. I'm going to be there the whole winter to February. And after Let It Snow, I was like, I'm never doing another winter movie again because it was so cold.
Well, you're from
But here I
Cleveland,
am.
girl.
But like Cleveland, in the winter, you don't go outside. Like you get seasonal, depression.
Yeah, no,
depression,
for
but
sure.
you don't go outside because when you go outside, it hurts to breathe.
Yeah, no, it's brick.
Yeah.
It's definitely in
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. Great people in Pittsburgh. Really good food in Pittsburgh.
I've heard this.
And bring your furry boots and
Yes.
your heavy coats because it's cold AF.
This will be fun.
And you can go to a football game or something. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Go
I
check out
could.
the
I
Steelers
feel like
with
it's more
Jason
fun to
Momoa.
actually go
100%.
and not watch it because I can't watch it on TV.
And
I
those
can't-
people,
I have ADD. So.
they love their football.
Yeah.
You'll have a great time.
Okay.
You'll have a great time.
okay.
You'll have to like DM me and let me like, girl, I went to the game. I'm glad you mentioned that. Okay.
I feel like I'm the opposite of who would regularly enjoy Pittsburgh, like a beer-loving man who also loves football. But
Yeah.
I'll work on it.
No. Like I said, the food will be great. It's for work. You'll be immersed in that.
Yeah.
But the people are amazing, and it'll be cold. I don't know. So bring some
Okay.
good books too.
Oh,
That means
yeah.
you can like stay
Yeah,
inside,
that'd be cute.
or you'll be writing a lot of new music.
True. I'll bring my
Bam.
piano. I gotta bring my piano and a treadmill. So I'm gonna do what Beyonce did to train for performing live. I'm gonna put on some heels and run on a treadmill and sing at the same time. I'm doing it. It's happening.
Can you post that?
Yes.
I'm just saying,
I
like,
will.
well,
I'll
we don't,
update
maybe
you.
not on the first try.
Not
just
on the
in case,
first
just in case
try.
something goes left.
Like-
You know what I mean? But maybe after you get a couple days in, we can do it.
Yeah, because we sing live out here. We sing live out here.
She's just dropping gems. Like, in case you didn't know, she's just like about that life. You have a flight to catch. We
do.
love you here at the New Hits 97.3.
Thank you.
We are on the lookout for all things Isabela Merced. You can follow Isabela Merced on
Yes,
Instagram.
yes.
1L, because
1L.
we different. And we sing live. And we going to prove everybody wrong. Is there anything else? And we do not like the word Papi when it is not used properly.
And we trust our intuition
And we trust our intuition.
before any men.
Bam. Isabela Merced, the New Hits 97.3. Cheers one more time.
Cheers. The end.